Hello everyone, this is Dragon King Gaming here, and today we're going to talk about the new Spider-Man Miles Morales game coming soon to, I believe, the PS5, because I don't think it's going to come out for the PS4. Also today, this is the second video on the games I am excited for. The first one I did was Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. This one, we're going to be just talking about how I feel about the new Spider-Man Miles Morales game, and what I think might actually be happening in the game. Now, I guess, apparently, I don't know, recently, I don't know if anyone has noticed, but I guess the original trailer that got posted for it got copyrighted somehow, which I don't know how that happened exactly. Like, how does a different company copyright Insomniac's property, which is weird, but we're not here to talk about that. Another thing I've been noticing a lot of people talk about is, like, I guess people are just really confused on what exactly is going on with this game. And I personally don't get why people are so confused, because it's clear that it's not Spider-Man 2, but it is a sequel to Spider-Man, the first game, Marvel's Spider-Man. Because it's clearly continuing after the first game, and with Miles being Spider-Man, or at least a new Spider-Man. And they've even come out and tried to, like, say and fix, like, why people, like, might be having issues with it, or being confused. And I don't understand why people have gotten so confused, and, like, because I know they've said, like, you know, the Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is a standalone game, which it is. It's a game based, like, focused on Miles, but it is a continuation of the previous Spider-Man game. It's just not focused on Peter. Now, we know Peter's not gonna die in this game, or he's not gonna be dead. I mean, come on. They've already basically have said and teased that, yeah, there's gonna be a second Spider-Man game, like Spider-Man 2, continuing Peter's story. But they wanted to, I guess, do Miles, a Miles story in between, to kind of give, like, more character development to Miles, having him be a new Spider-Man, getting used to his powers, taking on his own problems. Where Peter is, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe him and MJ, I don't know, went on vacation or something, possibly. So there's got to be some sort of reason why Peter isn't getting involved with Miles' story in this game. So I'm assuming, like, maybe him and MJ take a vacation because he believes anything that happens during that time Miles can handle now, because it's been, like, I guess roughly a year since Miles has got his powers and has been training with Peter. Which, you know, that's enough time, I guess, to kind of just put, like, Miles in charge for, like, at least a little bit. Because I think he has enough, you know, confidence in Miles to actually get the job done. But like I said, I think they've even said that it's not, I guess, entirely as long as the first game. Like, I've heard that, like, it's, like, similar to, like, Uncharted Lost Legacy, where it's a full game, but it's not as huge as, like, a major full-on next installment, which is still fine in my books, honestly. Like, it's still a Miles Morales game. We're still going to get a full game, a full story experience. And honestly, I'm sorry, it just kind of keeps bothering me why people just don't get that this is not, it's not Spider-Man 2. It's a continuation. It is a sequel continuing from the previous game. It's just not Spider-Man 2 because it's not focused on Peter. This is Miles' game. So, sorry, it's just, that was just one thing I kept seeing everywhere, like, why people are still really confused by it, and it's not too hard to really understand, you know. I don't mean to sound kind of rude, but, like, it's not that hard to understand once you really look at it and just see what everyone is seeing, what Insomniac and Sony and everybody is saying about the game. It's like, yeah, it's clearly continuing from the first game, and it's just not Spider-Man 2. We're gonna get that probably after this, and going to continue with, you know, Peter's story, because Peter's story is probably going to involve Harry being Venom, and probably Yuri, you know, if you played the DLC for Spider-Man PS4. When we get to like Spider-Man 2, he might have to deal with Yuri kind of becoming like, I forget what she becomes in the comics. Is it Wraith? Or Wraith? Something like that, maybe? I don't know. But that might happen. I'm pretty sure that's probably going to happen in Spider-Man 2. But for Miles' game, it seems, well, it's kind of hard to say which villains would be appearing, because I know they said they're going to be doing some new villains for this game, obviously, for Miles, and some returning ones I think would probably make sense, like Rhino, because in the first game you could sneak around as Miles away from Rhino, had to escape from him, so it'd be cool to have Rhino in the game for Miles to actually take on and beat. But as for a couple other characters, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe yeah, I'm not too sure, honestly, for Miles. I mean, the one main one everyone is kind of expecting to be in this game is Prowler, because that just makes the most sense. I mean, it's his uncle, Aaron Davis, you know? So, having the Prowler be, like, the main villain, or if not, like, one of the main villains, is just a huge missed opportunity if they don't do that. And we might actually have some hints to the Prowler in the trailer, but it's kind of hard to see, so we're not entirely sure. There's obviously some sort of like high-tech looking enemies in the trailer, and I'm not sure what that's exactly from. Could have something to do with Yuri, but I feel like they should save Yuri for Spider-Man 2. It just makes sense for Peter's story. It wouldn't make sense really for Miles' story. But I fully expect Prowler to be in this game to some capacity. I'm hoping he's the main villain, if not like one of the main villains. If he's not the main villain, then I'm not exactly sure who the main villain of the game would be. But I don't have too much more to say aside from the fact that it just looks amazing, and Miles is clearly going to play a lot differently than Peter. And I honestly just can't wait. And I'll try to I'll try to keep updated on the game, maybe make some videos on it if I see something cool. But yep, that's all I really have to say about it. Let me know what you guys think down below. I hope you all enjoy. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll catch you guys later.